The dangers of marrying someone who is not self aware. There's something more dangerous than poverty in marriage, more dangerous than distance, more dangerous than disagreement. It is marrying someone who lacks self awareness. Self awareness is the ability to see yourself clearly, to admit I was wrong, I've overreacted, I need to grow. These are signs of self awareness. Without self awareness, marriage becomes a battlefield of blame because a person who is not self aware never sees themselves as the problem. They always see others as the problem. They are always the victim, always misunderstood, always right. And if you marry someone who cannot reflect, you will spend your life explaining your feelings, explaining why you are hurt, explaining why something matters. But in the end, nothing changes because they do not look inwards. They only look outwards. A person without self-awareness really apologizes sincerely. They justify bad behavior. They blame stress, blame childhood, blame work, or even you. They struggle with constructive criticism. They repeat the same mistakes. But you cannot adjust with someone who believes they don't need adjustment. Imagine being in a car with someone who refuses to admit they are driving in the wrong direction. That's what it feels like to be married to someone without self-awareness. Like I said, someone is driving in the wrong direction. Like it's so clear that he's driving at the wrong direction, but the driver refuses to accept it. That is what it feels like living with or being married to someone who is without self-awareness. It's a problem. Growth becomes one-sided. Only you'll be growing. They don't. You attend seminars, you read books, you try to improve communication. They are doing nothing. They feel that they are okay. They don't need help. They don't need to improve. Self-awareness is attractive. Maturity will say it can be better. Self-awareness creates safety because you know that if something goes wrong, your spouse will reflect, not react blindly. Before marriage, don't just ask, are they kind? Are they hardworking? Are they spiritual? Ask, can they admit fault? Can they handle feedback? Can they sit down and analyze their own behavior? Because beauty fades, money fluctuates, but character either grows or it resists growth. And a person who resists growth will frustrate any healthy partner. The good news is self-awareness can be developed. But only if the person wants it. It can't be forced. The individual involved must be willing to develop it. You cannot force reflection on someone who enjoys denial. So if you are single, look carefully before you leap, before you say, I do. If you are married or ready to one, encourage honest conversations. Because a marriage where both people reflect will always outgrow a marriage when one person only defends. At the end of the day, the strongest marriages are not between perfect people. No, they are between people who are willing to look in the mirror and say, yes, I need to adjust. I was wrong. I didn't do this right. I need to do better the next time. That is what self-awareness does. A self-aware person admits mistakes. They sit down and think. They ask themselves honest questions and reflect on those questions and will be resolved to do better the next time. The opposite of that, someone who never sees anything wrong, is his or her action always defends instead of reflecting. So before you say I do, make sure that they are self-aware. If this has appealed to you, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is Made to Last TV.